good to see you again. I'm Jacob, and this is A Better Impact, where we talk about easy eco-living tips and ideas. We're getting personal today because we're discussing eco-anxiety. That's right, even I get eco-anxiety, even though I may seem pretty chill. And maybe you do too. We want to talk about this because it's something that may plague your sustainability journey. And we're going to discuss a few ways that I am able to combat eco-anxiety. Being within the sustainability circle, it's easy to feel anxious. You may walk by some litter in the street or see an overflowing dumpster, and seeing things like that really raise my level of anxiety because it just sends you into kind of like an alarming state. You know, we put all this effort into being sustainable and watching our waste, but sometimes it may seem like maybe our efforts are a little bit futile. There are definitely ways to combat that feeling, right? There's ways to get rid of that feeling, and I hope some of these tips help you, and we want to assure you that your efforts are not in vain. So here are a few ways. The first technique I use to reduce my eco-anxiety is to decrease the amount of time spent online. You can get caught doom scrolling, and you can just get caught up looking at things that will really induce your anxiety. You know, we see a lot of stuff about pollution or the kind of eco tragedies in the world, right? You might also see the overconsumption that happens in the world and the advertisements that come with that. So to reduce that anxiety, just reduce the time you spend online. I know that may be hard for some people since a lot of our jobs require us to be online or require us to be on social media. Unfortunately, that's just something we can't avoid. But in our free time, we can reduce what we do. And say you have to post, right? Like, just like me, I have to post on YouTube to talk to you guys. But a good way to reduce your anxiety is also just do the old posting ghost, right? Post whatever you need to do, whatever you need to put out there, and then get out of there. Get off the internet. You know, it's the internet I think is a real source for anxiety nowadays, and real life can help out with that. So give it a shot. The next way that you can combat that pesky eco-anxiety is to have a creative outlet or a hobby. You know, being zero waste doesn't have to be zero life. So you can have a hobby. Just try to kind of apply the lens of sustainability to it. Just like that one we talked about, sustainability in art in a past video. Some of the hobbies that we have are things like our houseplants and our aquarium. And the way we make those sustainable is we actually use our own compost in our plants, so for fertilizer and substrate. And we also use the water when we do water changes in our aquariums to water the plants. So we try to make it as sustainable as possible. And we also propagate plants in the aquarium. You know, you can throw some pothos in there. I think spider plants can survive in your aquarium. So try to make your hobby sustainable. We also read a lot. We read books, and we get a lot of them secondhand. So that's another way you can make your hobby sustainable. Also, lend your books out, borrow books. Try to not contribute to the production of new products in that way as well. So having a hobby that is sustainable will make you feel better about this whole eco kind of oppression that can happen in your head. You'll be all right, man. The next thing that I do to reduce my eco-anxiety is reminding myself that I'm doing everything in my power to not pollute. But I'm also not beating myself up when I slip up and forget something. You know, I'm trying to make the basics of sustainability, composting, reducing, bringing my own, bag, utensils. I'm trying to make those basics second nature. And for the most part, we're almost there, right? But don't beat yourself up. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I forget. We're all human. Another way that I fight the anxiety is getting outside and going out for a walk, right? It's kind of easy for me to go out and take a walk because me and my wife already have an obligation to go out. We have a dog. We got to take her outside. But I also make a point to walk somewhere if I have to go somewhere. So if I have to go to the post office, drop off a package, or go to the grocery store or the convenience store, I'll try to make a point to walk. This will make you feel so much better. It's good for your health and it's good for your brain. Make an effort to walk somewhere. I also, every once in a while, my New Year's resolution was to bike to work, and that also makes me feel a little better about my impact. Make an effort to walk somewhere. It is a little easier for us because I live in a city. There's a lot of places that we can walk to, but even just going outside for a walk can make you feel a lot better. Soak up that vitamin D, man. Get out there and get some light. The final way that I can fight this eco-anxiety is to seek community, other people, right? We first started out on Instagram trying to build this little circle we have, and through that we've met some really cool like-minded people in real life. So make those real life connections with other people. It makes you feel a lot better. It gives you a person-to-person connection with someone, and it's nice to know that you and I are not alone. We're not alone in this sustainability journey, so get out there and make a connection with someone. It can make you feel a lot better. Having someone to talk to that isn't through the computer, it'll make you feel better. There's nothing like a real-life connection. Thanks again for joining me on the anxiety-ridden adventure. These tips will make you feel better. I hope that even the anxieties that you had at the beginning of this video have dispersed, maybe melted away a little bit. I appreciate you listening to me, and hopefully some of these tips help. I will see you next time. Deuces.